Well, lights, camera, action. I'm really glad to be here. You guys are right, have reached. Who have you reached? Take a guess. The Jeff Indyke Drum Education Show. Really, really good to be here. It's a little early in the day, but this is when I make my way. Hey, that rhymed. You guys are right to call me if you're interested in speaking to me about anything, if you're interested in studying at area code 516-263-9782. If you'd like to email me, you can email me at jindyke54@gmail.com. But I have a little trouble with this camera in the beginning of the day, so I may every now and then come and check to make sure, right, that we're still filming. You guys are right, of course, my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Indyke Drums, soundcloud.com/Jeff Indyke, reverbnation.com/Jeff Indyke. And then, of course, right, the original Drum TV channel, which the late, great Danny Britt, originally put together. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be doing these films as a revisitation again today. YouTube.com/Drum TV Show. Now, on that particular channel, right, not only do I prevail many of the videos, but the late, great Danny Britt put up a lot of fantastic things. There are some things up there, right, from the Drum Summit. There are things up there from Swiss Chris. There are also some things up there, right, from the late, great Art Birdie, who I really dearly miss. I miss Danny, I miss Art. People always go away in the end. It's always really, really sad. Today, I'm trying to figure out, right, is this the third, well, this is another Kaz Rodriguez presentation. The reason why I decided to film playing this particular music versus my own music, which I'll be getting to eventually, was I had mastered a lot of Kaz's music, and I just thought, I'd take a crack at it. There's a lot of guys up on YouTube, right, that are playing along to his fantastic stuff. One of the things, I love about Kaz, is he's really generous. And he has compositions up online. If you type in Kaz Rodriguez play-alongs, I have a playlist, my favorite, of around 40, and then there are around another 10 that aren't my favorite. So I have like a playlist of 50 Kaz Rodriguez compositions. If you guys eventually, study with me or become friends with me or in any event, I would be more than happy to press 2 buttons and send you the full playlist. So you guys, could maybe do some segments and play along to his music, because his music is fantastic. I'm going down the list, so I'm going to be playing, the first composition I'm going to be playing is Zumba. Got to apologize, I'm still working on direct sound recording. The recording, that you guys are getting is basically from the camera itself, so the microphone's not the greatest, but it's the heart that matters, I hope, and I hope that you guys enjoy what I'm going to play for you. First composition. I've been playing this thing for like 2 weeks. I've been playing it a lot longer than 2 weeks, but it's called Zumba, and it's a really, really difficult composition in the beginning. Sorry my back is to you, but I need to, let's see what happens here. This is called Zumba, and take a little sip here of my Java East of Krakatoa. Java East of Krakatoa. Richard Posen used to say that. Friend from high school. So here we go. Zumba, composed and probably performed by Kaz Rodriguez. Here we go. And I hope you guys enjoy what I'm going to do. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it. Here we go. Zumba. Here we go. All right, let's see what what develops here. I don't know really when to come in on this thing.
We are giving away an epic.
I'm giving away nothing. Well, I'll tell you. As a warm-up, I give myself maybe a B plus, maybe. Maybe not, I don't know. I want to check the camera, just real quick to make sure, right, that we're filming. Okay, so everything's okay, we're filming. Maybe we shouldn't have been filming, I don't know. Still having trouble, right, hearing the music and hearing the drum solo simultaneously. Next composition is actually called Embers, and I like, one of the things around about Kaz's music, which is really, really cool, is, Embers, yeah, that's gonna be actually the next one. Go to Zumba, wait a second, we're gonna switch over, all right, yeah, so then we'll just press Embers and then that should work. Next composition, I don't even know how to really describe this stuff. One of the things I write about Kaz's music, which I like, right, is just, I can kind of solo over it. It's a little bit different. You guys, I recently did write some stuff with the Tom Scott style. Well, actually not in the Tom Scott style, but some stuff by Tom Scott. I was listening to some of that stuff this morning, and it's like more in the pocket. Whereas just with Kaz's stuff, right, I can kind of like just experiment and overplay a little bit and use some of the rudimental type things right that I play. And okay, so let me play the next composition. We'll see right what happens here. So the name of this thing, this is actually called Embers, and I can't wait to get to Trials 22, but Embers should be pretty good. Here we go. Embers. a good ending, but that was okay. Okay, now, the next composition right that I'm gonna do, I'm having my troubles today, I would say. But, you know, the show must go on. I have to, figure out, a better way, to, have headphones on, and be able to hear the music a little bit better, but I just wanted to kinda get some shows out, because I got a lot of public access stations that are gonna be requiring shows, and even though this might not be my best performance, I wouldn't give myself an award performance today. I'm giving it my best shot. That's one of the things about my drum education shows, that are really cool, is, you know, I'm doing it live, I'm doing it as I did it. You know, I remember, the late great Buddy Rich, when he would record his albums, he just recorded them live in one take with a full band, They didn't really do overdubs in those days. He just did it as he did it, and that's what made him so amazing. And he always played a little bit different each time, that he did it, so it was always really, really cool. Okay, finally, something that grooves. This is called Trial 22. Now, there are two sections to this composition, which makes it kind of interesting. The second section I'm not as crazy about, but I'm going to perform it regardless. Let's see what happens. This is called Trial 22. Trial 22. You're on trial. Let's see if I can find it. On a little playlist. It's actually called Trials of Level 22. This is an 8-minute composition. Let's see what happens with this.
An MSC cruise isn't just a vacation, it's a holiday full of European style.
And all the things Americans love too.
I really like the way that this thing starts. was definitely a trip. That was so much of a trip, all right, that's all there's time for. Well, anyway, I wouldn't give myself a ride an A, but I'd give myself a B+++ for today's performance. Still having a lot of trouble, and I have to pardon the sound thing. I'm eventually gonna be getting a program where I can record direct. But for now, these will do. I was really happy to perform for you guys today. You guys can call me at area code 516-263-9782 if you're interested in studying. You know, we can work around on some of these Kaz Rodriguez compositions. These are really cool. You know, I do like a lot of NISPA preparation and all kinds of different things. My YouTube channel is youtube.com/Jeff Van Dyke Drums, and then of course youtube.com Drum TV Show, SoundCloud.com, ReverbNation.com. I'm still working on getting up on Spreaker. I'm going to probably do another take of this show today. So really, really good to be here. And Jeff Van Dyke Drum Education Show coming at you. Email me at jindyke54@gmail.com if you'd like. Give me a call though, right? That's always cool, right, to speak to people. I was glad to perform for you guys today, and thank you for listening, and thank you, Public Access, for inviting me to play for you. I like the way I said that. See you guys soon, thank you. And I'm gonna beam myself up. Push the button, Scotty.